question for you guys. When was the last time you say, I love you to someone? Was it in your good morning text, or yesterday good night, or it needs to trace back to days and weeks, or maybe years ago? Well, personally, I rarely, if ever, say I love you to someone. It's not because of I don't want to, but whenever I try to say it, the words get stuck and it feels very, very awkward and cringy as well. So for a long time, I didn't even notice this, let alone try to figure out why it's so hard for me to confess verbally. So lately I have been thinking a lot about this, and I started thinking about my parents. My parents have been happily married for nearly 30 years, and they have been friends, colleagues, partner in crimes, and of course, spouses. But there's something missing about their relationship. It's not like in the K-drama that I always see. They rarely, if ever, say I love you to each other. But their loves are expressed through actions. My dad always charges my mom's phone, and because she's really forgetful, he always helps her bring it along. And at the same time, all of my father brought clothes are bought by my mother. And you could never see any wrinkle on his shirt because she's the one who irons it every single day. So I noticed that their love are now on action expression side of the spectrum. So back to the original question. What could be the possible answers to my curiosity? Why so hard for me to pronounce I love you? Well, actually, I have just found out that our family of origin, the family that we grow up with, can create a blueprint of how we experience as well as how we express our affection. This blueprint places us somewhere on which I call a spectrum of affection. So on the one hand, I got verbal expression. So for verbal expression, I got where love is a loud noun, and on the other side, I got action expression, where love is rather silent and more quiet verb. And for that, for many of us from an Asian background, this blueprint is even deeply ingrained. So we don't just learn affection through our family, but also we learn from our high context culture, where meanings are taken from implicit understanding, not just from explicit words. And that's why we can expect our parents to show up with a bowl of freshly cut fruits, and maybe they can prepare a meal full of dishes we like, but could never see them standing in front of us and say, oh my God, I love you. Or maybe, I'm sorry because I have scolded you wrongly. So that's the way they show their affection. Actually, even though I didn't notice it, I have been always inherited this blueprint. And I was taught that love is something consistent and silent effort, not just grand declaration. So our family's unwritten rules about affection can become our own. And of course, our ways of affection can probably be our next generation blueprint. So for those who come from families where the verbal praise are common, they are more freely feel comfortable to say I love you or expressing their loving words to their parents. But on the other side, for those who was born in a family like me, whose parents are likely to express their love through actions, verbalizing love can be extremely difficult. But we are somewhere on the spectrum of affection that I know that I have mentioned. But there's one thing that I want to know, that our family blueprint isn't a life sentence, but it's rather a map. Once we understand where we are on that map, we have the power to change our direction, to change our destination. So we can feel honored by the love we were given, but we don't need to feel limited by it. We can completely understand our own blueprint and build a new one, a complete new one that is more wholesome, more honest, and especially more authentically ourselves. And for that, personally, I just want to take a deep breath. You guys need to reflect on our own journey, where you are standing right here, what you have come through, how have you been loved by your parents over the past year. And I want you to reflect on yourself. Do you feel like that is enough? Do you want your kids to say I love you to you, or you just want your kids to show you a bowl of freshly cut fruits? So once you understand your own location on the map, you can navigate your destination. And right now, I just want to take a deep breath and say, con cảm ơn bố mẹ và con yêu bố mẹ rất nhiều. Mặc dù có thể bố mẹ không hiểu những lời mà con nói trước đây, những lời con nói trong bài thuyết trình này, nhưng thật sự con đã cảm ơn bố mẹ vì đã luôn đồng hành và giúp đỡ con. And that's the words I want to send to my parents for the first time, even though it's still really awkward for me to say it right now. But I believe that I want to change the way my children show their affection to me. I need to change myself first. So what do you want to do? All of us cannot decide where we came from, how we are loved, but we have the power to choose how to love. So choose your own way of loving. Thank you.